Ho ho ho, I'm Christopher Zweig, and today on CJ at the Movies, I review Violent Night with David Harbour as Saint Nick kicking some ass, the donkey film EO, the South Korean romantic mystery Decision to Leave, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio with the voices of Tilda Swinton and Ewan McGregor, and Noah Baumbach's White Noise starring Adam Driver, Greta Gerwig, and Don Cheadle. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Violent Night, which combines Chan-wook with Miracle on 34th Street, Die Hard, Bad Santa, and Home Alone with David Harbour as Santa Claus. The real Santa Claus who spends his nights drinking because of how today's kids are spoiled turds, and he comes across a rich family under attack by a team of criminals demanding a substantial amount of money from their matriarch. John Leguizamo is their leader.
I don't want any trouble, okay? Someone's gonna scooch up that chimney.
Is a reactive carnage necessary? No, but come on, how often do we get to see David Harbour transform the role of Saint Nick into Saint Wick? Violent Night is funny, action-packed, and uses the right actors to crack F-bombs at their own expenses. It doesn't think it's better than the movies it wants to be. It wants to combine them to see if this drink is tasty. Well, if you look at it, it tastes like an R-rated Christmas drink, so check it out. Our next movie is EO, which is inspired by Robert Bresson's 1966 French film U Hazard Balthazar. This Polish version is directed by Jerzy Skolimowski, and both movies feature donkeys who experience the kindness and hatred of people as they make their way through various towns. This donkey's name is EO, hence the title. EO doesn't compare to the classic in terms of the donkey's kind female friend being given less to do here, but it does share its ode to donkeys. It requires no narrator to tell us how this animal feels as he crosses paths with one character after another, but you can see the emotions through his eyes. It's a gorgeous looking journey that makes you care about him, so check it out. Our next movie is Decision to Leave, a South Korean import that serves as a romance and a murder mystery as an insomniac detective is caught in the middle of an investigation regarding the death of an immigration worker while falling for the deceased's much younger wife, a nurse from China. Was this an accident or a murder, and if it was a murder, could this Chinese woman be the culprit?
젊고 예쁘고 외국인이어서 피의자가 돼야 되냐? 알리바이 입증된 거야.
예쁜 거 인정하시는 거네요.
그 친절한 형사의 심장을 가져다 주세요. 난 좀 갖고 싶네.
Filmmaker Park Chan-wook delivers Decision to Leave as a romance, a mystery, and a thriller, one that tests our senses and introduces us to elements that aren't often explored in movies, or maybe they have been, and I'm still on my journey into the world of cinema. Seeing this near masterpiece feels like a reflection on various lives and how certain occupations can drive people to different conclusions. See for yourself. Next up, we have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, a stop-motion animated feature that's miles ahead of Robert Zemeckis' take in every way. The attention to detail for this wooden puppet looks more wooden than the CGI version did, and this Geppetto is given a lot of depth and humanity to his character. Gregory Mann voices Pinocchio, while David Bradley is the old wood carver.
I have something I'd like to give you. It is a school book which belonged to a very special boy.
The boy you lost? Papa!
Enough of this nonsense.
The nonsense he's referring to is when this wooden boy falls under the machinations of a sinister showman voiced by Christoph Waltz, and I think this version is made for older audiences as this one takes place in fascist Italy in the 1930s, and this puppet looks deaf right in the face. Another bright spot is this cricket, voiced by Ewan McGregor, who is miles ahead of how Joseph Gordon-Levitt tried to mimic Cliff Edwards' voice of Jiminy Cricket, as this one is an ambitious writer who tries to be Pinocchio's voice of reasoning. Guillermo del Toro presents this version as a visual wonder, an animated film so complex and truthful and dazzling it's nearly impossible to resist. It doesn't settle for the most obvious formulas, but rather presents the story in a different light. This is one of the best stop-motion features ever. And our last movie is White Noise, Noah Baumbach's latest film based on the book and set in the 1980s. Adam Driver and Greta Gerwig play two Midwestern parents whose blended family is worried about doom and gloom, especially when a train crash carrying toxic substances goes airborne and forces the family to evacuate, while the parents try to conceal their fears.
They're calling it the airborne toxic event.
We won't come this way.
Will we have to leave our home?
Of course not.
How do you know?
I just know.
Okay, what if it's dangerous?
Evacuate all places of residence.
Driver is a college professor of Hitler studies, and his fellow professor discusses about Elvis, death, American culture, and supermarkets. He's played by Don Cheadle.
I wish there was something I could do. I wish I could outthink the problem.
There are two kinds of people in the world. Killers and dyers. Most of us are dyers.
White Noise has a little too many monologues, but I was still able to see the film's true colors. It isn't just about the airborne toxic event, but it also deals with the state of Driver and Gerwig's marriage, as well as their own concepts of death. Baumbach is able to allow the comedy and thriller genres to try to cover up whatever tragedy the book characters have to come across. It's another worthy gem in his filmography, so check it out. Okay, to recap the new movies I reviewed this week, thumbs up for Violent Night, thumbs up for EO, thumbs up for Decision to Leave, thumbs up for Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and thumbs up for White Noise. Well, those are the movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Happy holidays, and I'll see you at the movies. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.